Hi, and thank you for watching TargetedWest.com. This is DJ Chris, your host moderator, and today is show number 70. It's the Sunday Call. We're a work group that work together to solve why we all have this V2K technology or terrorists in our heads, or we're getting hit with directed energy weapons, which is a big industry now. They talk about it openly. I'm not violent or spew violence. My group is not violent. We are basically exchanging information, links, videos, and articles about targeting and trying to figure out ways to shield. Like tonight, we're going to be talking about magnets. So today is the 30th of July, 2023 at 6 p.m. If you could like, subscribe, and comment on my videos that you're watching on your preferred platform, that would be great. YouTube, BitChute, or archive.org, or on Facebook or Twitter. And I appreciate it. What are we going to talk about? Well, tonight's magnets. We are discussing magnets. I don't see my guest yet. I don't know if she's here or not. Maybe she can tell me in the chat room. But anyway, this is DJ Chris, and we're going to talk about magnets. And the first thing we're going to talk about is a different type of magnets and magnetism, and that is with magnets like the ones used for TMS, which is transcranial magnetic stimulation. And I don't know if that would be good for us to give us an edge over being targeted, but it's 30 treatments, which is about 15 minutes a session, and they have a magnetic coil on your head, and they basically zap magnets into your head, and they get deep into your brain where there's this, they think there's a depression center, and it stimulates the brain, and people have sworn by it after a few treatments. But my question is, would it reduce telepathy or V2K? I wonder if anybody's tried that yet. But it does reduce the depression, and I'm sure everybody or almost most are depressed over being targeted. So that would probably help that. It would be an alternative over taking medications. This is used especially for people who don't want to take medication, and the insurance will pay for it after you try at least 2 or 3 antidepressants. And hey, we've got a guest here. But tonight's magnets, I have with me Jax. Jax, hey, come on in.
Hello, Chris.
Hey. Yeah, we're talking about TMS, which is transcranial magnetic stimulation, which is a form of magnetism. And we were going to talk about magnets that we would use to limit targeting, and we have Jax with us tonight, and we appreciate your time. So, Jax, you use magnets yourself, and what benefits do you get from them?
Yeah, is the video turned off?
Video's on. I'm looking right at you.
Okay, why can't I see my video? I
can see you.
Oh, okay. I'm having some technical issues here. I'm trying to hold something up, but I need to see what I'm holding up. Oh, dear. So video, it shows that it's on. Maybe, let me see. Anyway, I can't see the video.
You could pretend.
Yeah. Well, okay, can you see?
Why don't I watch for you? You put up higher and closer to the camera. There we go.
I don't want to do it if I can't see it.
And what is this that we're looking at?
That is my underwater magnets and kinesiology tape.
Very cool. That's awesome. We saw it perfectly, by the way. It came out. You got it right.
Yeah. Okay. So I changed my video
kitty
settings.
agreed. Oh, A little kitty visitor. We have kitties on the show. If anybody wants to adopt a kitty, let me know. Do you have another presentation? I think you took a couple pictures, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, this is one of them, but I'm kind of confused because I can't see my video. Can you give me a few minutes, Chris?
Yeah, we're recording, but it's okay.
Oh,
That's not a worry.
okay.
I got a cat on my keyboard, so no,
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Go ahead and fix your problem, and I'll discuss spin resonance, which you can use for trying to spin an atom or some type of nucleus. You use spin resonance. You put a rod with the material you want to spin, and the machine goes on, and it goes to a certain speed, and the magnets on the machine change the atoms of the item you're putting in. And I think there, I see Jax. There's Jax.
Well, darn it. I can't see myself. This is the very first time it's ever happened.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, I can. It's a technical issue because I had something on different on my Zoom call Friday night. So
Gotcha.
it's something on my view, preferences. Let me see, preferences, video. Okay, I see myself. I had to put it, I'm in a different setting, but I can see now. So
okay, there we go.
There we go.
And here we go with Jax. Jax is in the Bay Area. She's a friend of mine. We love Jax. We love having her on the call. And here's her first presentation. Bring it up close. Let me see. This is your underwater. Go ahead.
These are rubber magnets. Let me read it here. Rubber waterproof magnets that are actually in the water. I wanted to show everybody my feet are in the water. I took a picture, and I have kinesiology tape to keep the magnets on my body. They've been on for over 5 days without anything coming off. This is what I've been using. I just recently discovered this.
And where did you buy these magnets at, if we could find out?
It's I can put a link there on Amazon. Rubber magnets.
Oh, okay, it's on Amazon, and they're rubber-coated magnets.
Rubber-coated, waterproof. Look for waterproof.
Yeah, I saw a place that sells magnets that had them. Plastic-coated, rubber-coated.
Yeah. What I like about these rubber magnets is the enemy is not able to burn us in retaliation. If you use the metal magnets, Chris, people report getting burned and vibrated to get you to take the magnet off. So I've heard people say
so that plastic or rubber's insulation actually keep you from getting burned.
Exactly. And I'm in the water. What is beautiful for me is I swim, and they're like hitting me a little bit here and there on my legs. So I strategically place these on my legs. They can't touch me now. I've been swimming for a whole week. And you can put these magnets on your head. If you put a cap, like I'll put a swimming cap on. But there's a lady in our CSO meeting on Friday nights, and she wears the magnets, like she puts a swimming cap on, and she'll put them like 3 magnets, 1, 2, 3 on her temporal lobe to protect her head.
It also increases blood flow, I found out, which is a good side feature. People use magnets for blood flow. Did you know that?
Yes, I've been reading about healing your body.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Yes, I did too.
So I'm hoping to get some extra benefit, but I'll tell you, I feel so much better since I've been wearing magnets. And I'm going to take my headphone off, and I'm going to show you what I have in my ears, okay? So
okay, let's see. You put tiny magnets in your ears, I believe.
They're called Trimag tiny magnets. And here they are. There's a stack of 4 that I'm going to hold right here. This is 4 little magnets.
So it's 4 little magnets you put in each ear. That doesn't throw your equilibrium off or anything, or?
No, it is awesome. I have not taken these out for 2 weeks. I do take them out to shower. If you put headphones on, like aftershocks, I use aftershocks. Sometimes they will stick to anything metal. But I have them lodged now pretty good. They can't get stuck in your ear. And if you think they are stuck, you can just take another magnet and hold it up there, and it'll just grab onto that magnet and come right out. But what is happening? It's blocking all the EMF. I'm going to shut my door. I don't want my husband to hear all this stuff. He doesn't believe in it.
He doesn't like magnets near his equipment either.
He doesn't like anything to do with what's going on with us as Target.
He, of all people of high level of technology prowess, does not understand this. How is that possible?
Mind control.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to believe it.
He doesn't want to, and they put all kinds of crap in his head. But these little magnets have been amazing because somebody else said put a magnet in your ear, tape it on, do this, put a ear muff on. You don't have to do that. You can get these tiny little magnets, and they come in a box of 80. And in case you lose them, you're always going to have plenty of magnets. But here's the little box, and there's 80 little tiny magnets right there.
And you got that off of Amazon also?
That's on Amazon. And I can I'll put the links up.
You could
Chris,
put the links in the chat. That would be great.
Yeah, but you don't need like a row of 10 or 5. I thought I needed more. So I kept decreasing the number because it was kind of uncomfortable. So I'm down to 4 magnets on my right ear and 4 magnets on my left ear. And they stay in. I just kind of lodge them in my ear. And I have been driving before with these since I've had these. And I'll feel them shoot frequencies. And it bounces. You can feel it ricochet off your ear. And even in my pool, they were trying it. And I am pretty much protected now because I have the Cyber Shield and I'm using magnets. This has been the completion of my protection. I didn't have 100%, but this has got me about to 95% protection, Chris.
That's absolutely incredible of a testimony. Thank you for that. Do you use any other type of magnets around the home or for your health or for protection?
Let me go grab a couple of these magnets.
Jax is going to go get some magnets from the other room. And I see Katie's in the house. Hey, Katie. Hey. Okay, what you got, Jax?
Okay, this is a 100-pound rubber magnet. This is female. Get the female. They're easier to work with.
Yeah.
Because this is the side you want against your skin. This is the side facing outward.
Gotcha.
Because the polarity, you want the side that's
it's north and south, yeah. As they call it.
Yeah, but the good thing is the side that on your skin is completely coated with rubber. So you can't get burned. You cannot be burned back like I did with the other magnets. This is a 60-pound resistance rubber magnet. Notice the other side.
Very nice.
Yeah, these are awesome magnets.
And you got those also on Amazon?
Yeah, I'm going to put the link up once I get through talking. But these little black tiny magnets are also coated. So they can, when they're in your ear, they can't burn. So what they do is the enemy tries to tickle. They will try to assault me, and all it does is tickle. It's just, and I'll go, ooh, that feels good. Keep it up, baby. Come on. And I just taunt them. I do reverse psychology, which they know what I'm doing, but they get pissed off. They they don't want me to feel good. So
I know the type of people they are. They're dark triad personalities.
exactly.
They don't want to see anyone happy.
And I use an epoxy coated for my underwear, because women we're getting assaulted, in private
And so
spots.
I'm getting that too.
And I will post that link. It's 10 magnets. I place those strategically in my underwear, and I put it right up against my skin. Doesn't do anything. And then on the other side, I put a couple of these 60-pound magnets to hold it in place. So when I walk, it's perfect. Nobody can see it. I don't look like I have a weird penis inside my underwear.
Right.
It's...
Yeah, that's my job.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's camouflaged really well. And so what I do is wear a type of compression shorts. I don't know if you can... No, you can't. Let me hold the camera. Let me see here. But if I can get it. See, they're just like compression shorts.
Oh, so they're tight.
Yeah, they're kind of tight, like Spanx.
Gotcha.
I was wearing Spanx when Katie was out here. Katie, she could tell you guys what happened, but she pointed out I shouldn't be wearing Spanx as my outer underwear or shorts, because I thought they looked like shorts, but she found an issue for me. So I had to go to compression shorts. You have to get something that's got a little bit of compression to hold everything,
Right.
The magnets and stuff like that. But I didn't know how to use magnets. I tried. I'd hear people talk about it, Chris, and I went out to visit Clara Chan, and she's in Las Vegas, and she was showing me magnets, and I was like, does that work? And she was like, she gave me a little thing, and she said, here, just wear this, you can have it. And I was like, wow, this is great. So then we went to the CSO meeting together, and this other guy we know named Blue Sky, he's a technical advisor for PAX and lots of other people. He's also the builder for the Cyber Shield. And I was telling him about my experience with magnets and how much better I felt using them. And he said, get rubber or epoxy coated. And so did another lady on the call on the CSO meeting. So I looked at it, and sure enough, there were rubber. And she said that she used the metal magnets too. She's a scientist. This lady in our CSO meeting, she has a cyber shield. She's a scientist. And she said that they are burning, they do retaliatory burning with the metal magnet. So she switched over to the epoxy and rubber because we can't use magnets like everybody else in the world.
That's absolutely compelling testimony, and a scientist is involved, so that's incredible.
Yes. It was her referral to me initially to get these magnets in rubber or epoxy. And Blue Sky is the one who got the links and showed us what kind to buy. And so, one thing led to another for this protection. So I really want to encourage people who do not use magnets because they're not having good luck to try these rubber magnets. They are the bomb for us. And it has put me over the top. It really has. I'm really excited. So
that's incredible. Thank you, Jax, for that. Let's see what time it is. It's 6:19. We still have 11 more minutes to talk about magnets. Let's see.
Chris,
Yeah.
I did want to say one more thing, too.
So keep going. You got time.
Okay, because I'll hold up this kinesiology tape.
Yes, talk about that, please.
Yeah, this holds these magnets. You can see here on my elbow. I've had that on for 5 days. And if you move your elbow, I move it like this, and it does not come off. And I've been swimming. I swim like an hour, and this tape holds the 60-pound resistant magnet, rubber magnet, in place. That is incredible. So, as you know.
And where did you get the tape at? Amazon?
I got it, the first roll I got on Amazon, and then I found waterproof tape on AliExpress. It's cheaper, and it's just as good. It's really good. And it's not the commercial tape that you can get that is real hard to get off, because if you put it on, if you put it on and then change your mind, it pulls your skin. So you want to pull it either really fast and get it off, or kind of slow. But once you put this magnet on, it stays in place. Now, I wanted to tell you guys, I have a continuous glucose monitor right here. This is not a magnet. I got diabetes a year and a half ago because of stress-related activity with this targeting. It was not my diet. My doctor. I'm pretty old. I was 67 when I got it. And anyway, the CGM, continuous glucose monitor, came out, and I got it this year. And you don't have to put needles to prick your finger all the time. And
well, that's great. I see that on TV.
Oh, it's great. You check your blood sugar. But what happened, because I'm a swimmer, the glucose monitor wouldn't stay on my arm. And so I got this kinesiology tape. It stays on. And see, they tell us to use this stuff, and it's not any good. It doesn't stay on. It's a ripoff. If you're an athlete, this stuff isn't any good. But this kinesiology tape is awesome. So anybody who has oily skin or sweats a lot, they would want to use this to hold their magnets in place. And what I like about these magnets too, Chris, is they're not bulky. They don't stick out of your clothes, and you don't look like you're
thin, basically.
Yeah, look how thin.
Oh, I see. Yeah, just one more second. Show that. They're very good. Wow. Yeah, that is. You're able to be discreet with that. That's great.
Yeah, actually, they were doing something here. Guess what? I just put it in my bra. They were attacking me earlier, and I said, "Okay, guys, I'll show your butt." And but this is the little one. It's the same thickness, 60-pound resistant. They have a 19-pound one. They have different resistance, but get the female, because the male has the little screw in it, and it has metal on both sides. You don't want to get the male rubber magnet. Get the female, because we have the one flat side. But I've become kind of a little pro on using these, and I've been telling the person who taught me about the magnets, I have now told her to get the rubber magnets, and I've actually gifted her with a few of them so she could try them out for a while. But at first, I tell everybody too, Chris, at first when you get the rubber magnets or the epoxy-coated magnets, you're going to feel like it doesn't work because the enemy will start attacking you. But don't let that get to you. Just ignore it and keep pressing onward, and eventually they'll get the point that you're not going to let them destroy your protection, because they can't do anything except it just feels a little bit ticklish.
Absolutely incredible. The different uses of magnets you have. Absolutely compelling, your whole story.
This is like, here I am underwater. I wanted to get these pictures. This one's underwater. You can see my leg is submerged, Chris.
Yes, I can.
That's the different colors of kinesiology tapes. I tried just to see if there was a difference.
Right.
And they're all good. Every single one. I have had that on 5+ days. Swimming for an hour a day. I am a religious swimmer in the summer.
I had a swimming pool in Santa Clara, and I only cleaned it. I never used it for some reason, except when it was really hot.
Yeah,
it was a glamour item.
Yeah, I use it. My husband and I both swim in the pool, and we do I'm the pool boy. I do the pool boy girl stuff.
I do the cleaning too. Yeah, I know all that stuff, but
I brush it.
Yeah.
Brush it with a big brush, and then I use the little brush to get any kind of black algae, and then I use a silt vacuum cleaner that looks like a porpoise sort of thing, and then I have a smaller one that gets the leaves out. So I'm pretty busy with pool activity, and I'm a pretty much professional now. I know how to test the pool for chlorine and pH levels.
That's all important to have with a pool, because it goes south real quick if you're not careful.
And, well, you can imagine how much I enjoy wearing these magnets. They can't do a thing to me. And
go in your pool all the time. That is incredible.
They were hitting me here and there, even though I have the cyber shield. It would be very small, inconsequential type of assaults. But now I have this and my tape and everything, and I just hop in that water and have a good time now. And
That's
I
incredible.
jump. Yeah,
get in there. Are you ready to take questions and answers?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, let's switch modes so people can chime in now. Let me switch. You'll have to *6 yourself, Jack, to talk again. So here we go. Okay, and then go ahead and *6, Jax, if you want to continue. I can do it for you. There you go. You're right there.
I see Katie's on.
And we got Katie. Katie, how are you? Do you have a question for Jack?
Of course. I have always 50 million questions for Jack. Hi.
Come on in.
So I went to do the little video for yesterday. Well, I actually went to 2 different Lowe's in New Orleans. And as soon as anybody knows where I'm going, all stock all of a sudden goes out. So no magnets in New Orleans at all. So I need to see about seeing how to order them online. As y'all know,
I'll help you.
I have a very hard time. Yeah,
call Jack. She'll help you.
I can Zelle the money, but I can't do anything online. And after we're through, after we're through with you, Jack, I have a big question to ask, because I spoke to someone today and they were telling me something about another target, and so I needed to clarify if anybody knows if it's truthful or not. So after your show, when we just start chatting, someone please remind me, like you, Jax, or DJ Chris, to ask that question, because it's important.
Is it about magnets? Or?
No, not later. No. After you're finished, it's going to be completely. It's about a target. It's not about magnets.
Okay. Hey, Katie, I mentioned you earlier when I was talking. Remember last time you were here, we went down to that restaurant by the water, and you said, "Hey, Jax, I think that you should take a second look at those things."
That was
tell
the
everybody
what.
Tell them.
Well, okay, so Jack looked so cute. And we both looked absolutely darling. And we were having the best day ever. She took me to the beach. We have great photos from the beach. We went all over, and she showed me the sights. And then she took me to one of her favorite restaurants. Well, we're in line, and everybody's staring at Jack's rear end. And they're looking at her shorts. And so I'm not getting it quite at the moment, because I'm standing beside her. So, and everybody's just staring at her. And so then I'm thinking, okay, what's going on here? Does she have a hole in her shorts? Is there something on her shorts? why are they looking like, not just like 2 or 3 people. There's like, it's really busy. So I walk around and I'm standing, now I'm in the sun and I can see the sunlight completely on her. She had nude colored Spanx on. So it looked like from a distance she didn't have anything on and was walking around naked.
Worse than I thought.
And then when you got close, yes, and then when you got close enough, you could see everything through her shorts.
Oh,
so she
my
just was
God.
revealing all her private parts.
My
so
goodness,
pretty
Racy.
I
that
have
what
been
you
wearing,
do,
I'm
I was wearing those all
Sure,
summer.
right. Oh,
I
my
know. So I'm so
Well,
glad.
that's why you need a girlfriend to come check on you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks
so,
to Katie's honesty.
That's a
Yeah.
wardrobe malfunction. We're done with the
yeah.
magnets, by the way. But we'll talk about magnets in yeah, that's a wardrobe malfunction.
Don't wear
Yeah,
Spanx all by
it
themselves.
worked out. No, so it worked out really well because I could stand there and stand behind her and keep her shadowed. And so we waited till the sun was just right. And then it just looked like she just had a shirt on. It just looked like they couldn't see anything. It just looked like she didn't have anything on below, just a shirt. So that was okay with that look.
Thanks to Katie. I swear, I was so embarrassed. That was... I saw people looking at me like, wow. They like, look at her. I couldn't figure out what the problem was. I figured it was the life of being targeted.
At distance, it looked like she was naked from her top below. From her belly button below, it looked like she didn't have any clothes on.
Oh, my
so
God.
everybody was staring at her. And the way the Spanx is shaped, you could see her whole body. So from a distance, it really did look like
she imagine if she was wearing magnets under there at the time, people would really wonder.
I did not. No, there was nothing bulging, nothing buzzing, nothing square, round, anything, a weird shape.
I was doing shoulder.
I thought that like she was a nudist.
Yeah, I figured people were just giving me the dirty look because, they heard I was a child pedophile thing,
They thought you went to San Gregorio Beach, but you have to be a local to know what San Gregorio Beach is. I've been there.
So those became house clubs.
Shielding,
or underdresses only.
Channel.
What?
Yeah.
Is this about shielding?
We just finished speaking about shielding, ma'am.
Okay.
I can take a question.
We're taking questions from the audience if you have one.
I just want to know
hi,
how
Jack.
you can shield it.
Two people are talking together, Chris.
2 people talking at once, one at a time, please.
It started
Jack,
at 9 o'clock.
Jax, I would like you to repeat the names of the rubber magnets in the order that you mentioned them.
Okay, I'll put them on the chat. I
Who are
can put
you?
them on the chat.
We're going to put them in the chat, and we were just in the middle of talking to someone else. So please wait
Well,
the
the
lady with the
problem is
accent.
the problem is that I don't have access to a computer, and that's why I'm telephoning.
Yeah, well, I can't tell you how to buy them or where to get them on verbally.
No,
you would
no.
have to have a link.
No, just the names. The names, and I'll look it up.
Oh, it's just called waterproof rubber magnets on Amazon.
And what size is that?
They come in 19 pounds, 60 pounds, and 100 pounds resistant.
Okay. And the little ones in your ear?
Oh, those are called TRY Mag, Tri-Mag, tiny magnets. If you search tiny magnets on Amazon, and I'm going to put the link up. I have your email, Liliana. I can send it to you as well.
Okay.
I'll send you that.
And the one that goes against your skin that you said female?
They're female, yeah, all female. Well, the tiny magnets, they don't designate anything. They're so tiny it probably doesn't matter. Size matters.
So the first kind that you talked about, those are the female ones?
Yeah, they're all females. And I'll put
Okay.
that in a email to you. I am going to put it on the chat. But does anybody else have a question?
Did anyone have
Yes,
the
I
other
just
person
said
had a
she
question?
broke
Please
into
come on
my
in.
conversation.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I was going to ask, since I'm being harassed by our mob, what do I do to be shielded? I'm severely mobbed every day. What shielding do you have for that?
Well, Chris, I don't know. I was talking about magnets. Magnets.
I know.
How would a magnet get rid of gang stalking?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, sorry for talking. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So you want something to stop people from harassing you in person. Well, a magnet wouldn't do that.
And well, I know I get the other stuff too. I know about the water and other things, but I'm talking about when I go out the door.
The only thing you got is your you got to give them attitude and just look at them in the eyes and tell them to piss off.
Yeah, that's the best thing is to ignore them. Go about your business and be happy as a.
No, you can't.
Just be happy
You can't.
and. Huh?
No, I've been assaulted and I was going about my business. It doesn't matter. I'm not being negative. It's just that it's getting out of hand. And, if I protect myself, I'm going to jail. Or I'll be falsely accused of something and I can get taken out. So I called in at 8:45. I think I misdialed a number. So I was on the line early, but it's on your information online. There's a number missing. So I dialed the number within the in the message instead at the top where there's a where your site is, and it tells about what time the chat came on. So I'm not being negative. It's just that I heard all this talking and laughing. I'm like, I didn't hear anything about the stuff, so that's what got me. I'm sorry. Forgive me for being like this.
It was probably inappropriate for us to laugh and be happy when you're suffering tremendously.
No, I'm not saying it's not saying that. I was not trying to be negative. I just said that I didn't hear anything about shielding. That's all I heard.
Right, which we talked about for the first half an hour.
Yeah, we did talk about magnet shielding, and hopefully, Chris, I do want to make one more comment that kind of segues off of your comment about healthy healing with magnets. I saw articles about it, and honestly, I feel so much better since I have these magnets in my ears. I cannot tell you. They can put little frequencies in your ears, even with the Cyber Shield, just to annoy and do little things, and it stopped. I was in the kitchen a lot and cooking, and it stopped. I put these magnets on my lower legs with the kinesiology tape, and they cannot do that anymore to me. And they're excellent shielding. Excellent. It's the rubber magnets, though. It's the difference. It's night and day.
What's the logic of where you put it?
What was that again?
Like you put it in certain area. What's the logic? Is it to protect you in that area?
Yeah, like if you, okay, I'll show this picture. See, there's kinesiology tape here.
Right.
And
right.
I only have, let's see, let me look here. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 magnets on this leg, and I have 3 on this leg, and they're just all over. It protects both of my legs from kneecap down.
I see. So you put whatever you get hit, that's where you want to put them.
Yeah, in the general, you kind of spread it out because it has a force, a magnetic force. that radiates out. So you kind of figure out how to do it, and it's awesome. Anyway.
Great. Yeah, if all the information you have, if you can put it on a sheet or something.
I'm going to put it in the chat, but I wanted to get the questions first because,
Yep.
I just want people to be able to ask me anything, and I'll put the kinesiology tape and everything on for all of you to investigate.
Very good. Thank you, Mark, for your question. Does anybody else have any questions before we wrap up?
If you don't mind.
Come on in.
Hello. I'd like to go back to the lady that was just on, and I'd like to I don't know what I can say to comfort you, but you have to listen to the people in the forum and ignore those people who are harassing you. If they're in your face, yeah, you can say, listen, I don't know you, I don't know what you're doing, or whatever, or call 911 and tell them that you feel like you're being harassed. But other than that, there's a lot of us in the same boat. We're all being harassed in some form or fashion. Pray, 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 pray. Read your Bible. It serves you no purpose to go to jail. Don't go there. Don't do it. You have to ignore these people. You really do.
No, I agree. I do it too. I got a neighbor that's bothering me right now, and I just look to God and I pray and I forgive them, believe it or not, and I move on.
Amen.
It's not that easy. You can say that, but you don't know what I'm going through, and that's been since 2020. I've been trying to fight all of it.
I've been targeted since 1980 and since 2000. I've been targeted since 2002.
They tried to arrest me. They said I tried to run over a kid.
What was that?
That's what they use their children.
Yeah.
They're using their children over here too. That's amazing you just said that. I just can't believe you just said that. Yeah, they got the kids coming over here asking me a million questions and looking at my cameras, pointing at them.
They use children.
Trying to say you're a pedophile. That's what they do, and they do that to me, and that's a lie.
They said that I tried to run down a little kid, and there was no child in sight. And they had 10 people go to a cop and tell him that I tried to run over some man's kid. And I let all of them talk. This was like in 2018. I didn't even know targeting what it was or anything. And the police, they said all these lies. And then when they were done, I said, well, I have a camera in my car. Would anybody like to review it? I'll prove that you're all a bunch of liars. And they all walked away. The cop didn't do a damn thing. He didn't.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
But see, I have somebody getting in my face and said, if you touch my camera, I will punch you in your face. Chasing me around. What would you do? And then they stood there and watched me like the Truman Show.
You've got to call the police. You have to.
No, I did. And the police didn't do nothing. They was in on it.
Yeah, don't tell her to call the police. She's already seeing the police are.
I know. I know
wouldn't
exactly
tell
what
her to
you're
call
saying.
the police.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying because
the experienced TI would tell her not to call the police. But I want to know from the lady that's sharing. I want to know, what is it that they get into your face and threaten you about if you touch their camera?
He just got in my face with a camera, and he always he's not around now, but I got a restraining order, and not only on him, on somebody else, but I had to go, and then they switched it up on me and got one on me. So what do? So it never ends. Because it's like a clique or a gang, and you're fighting a gang of people, and you're one person.
Right.
I have to keep.
You have a good relationship with God. Can you trust God to care for you?
He knows what's going on, but hey, it is what it is.
Okay. Right, but it does come down to trusting God.
hang on a second, because nobody else will care for us except God. That's it. Go ahead.
I just
No,
had a quick
I'm
question
finished. I just wanted to say it should be something where you can block those towers or those fusion
Well, my
things,
next topic from Activist Post article will chime in because MKUltra files finds out, new files revealed that they were going after Black Americans with terrifying experiments. So this could be an offshoot of MKUltra, of course, or MKUltra 2.
I think so.
And that's from Activist Post, and it says that MKUltra files reveal terrifying experiments on Black Americans. And I actually wrote it twice. That's how important it was. So did you want to talk about that?
Well, I know that they're coming into my home when I'm not here. They're putting things in my home.
That happens. Yep, that happens.
Yeah, that happens.
And they go through my food. They steal my food. They mess with they steal my important papers, everything that has documents and stuff.
Yeah.
They steal that. They vandalize my car. I had to put in $500 on my car just recently. They put a warning sticker, because I got 2 police reports and gave it to the rental office. They're in on it too. Went to the rental office with it. They had to come up with an excuse. Well, you don't have the address on here. And who is this person? You don't have a name. I said, you told me to get a police report. I have 2. And then you said, I had the same report, and it's not. What else do I need to do? And they have these, and so I'm suffering. I had to go to the main office that runs the apartment complex. The lady got really upset and frazzled. She knew I said, I'll call the news reporters to come out there if you don't do something. She said, calm down, calm down. I'm like, I'm tired of it. I said, they're offending me. They're calling me a slut, a whore.
God, ignore them.
Old bitch. One of them said that suck my poo-poo. Well, suck a man's something.
Yeah.
And a deal.
You got to ignore them. You got to ignore them.
And some other, no, but this is harsh stuff, and it's like all the time.
We're all going through it. We're all going through it.
I've almost fallen face down a step 2 days ago, face forward, while they stood there and laughed.
I've been laughed at too by neighbors. I've been laughed at too. You're not alone. You're not alone.
Down on the pavement. I had bags in my hand. I was swung at with a fist. Whipped, and then he came and threatened to beat me up, stood over me. I'm 5'4". He's 5'9", and the other guy who said he was going to punch me in my face was about 6'2".
Wow. You're not alone, sweetheart. You're not alone.
Yeah, you. It sounds like you're still new enough that you don't realize that they're full of threats and they're full of lies. I don't care if they're doing beat you up. If they haven't,
it's not happening to
you and haven't beat you up yet, they're full of lies. And
Can we wrap this up because I have to keep going on with the call?
Okay, I'm done. I'm done with the call.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I did have a question.
Do you have any more questions for Laura? Come on. Laura, do you have a question for Jax?
I do have a question for Jax. Thank you so much for explaining the magnets, because I think I've been using them wrong. I use the little neodymium magnets, but I think the rubber, you're onto something with that for sure. And thank you for explaining how to use them and where to get them and all of that, because I think, and the tape, I appreciate that, because I struggle with that as well. Sometimes I wear them in my hat and then they get stuck everywhere. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? You know exactly what I mean. And they cannot get stuck on machines. You cannot be walking by somebody's machine or in a, you know, in your mechanic's, you know, house or something, you know, the mechanic, yeah, you're going to get stuck somewhere. So the tape is really excellent. Thank you so much for that. I just wanted to thank you. I learned a lot from that situation. I usually wear the neodymium ones, and so I will try these other ones that you're talking about and see how they work. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Laura. I'm really
Very
glad.
cool.
I'm really glad that it helped you, and I'm placing the kinesiology tape, that waterproof, because that
Yeah,
is
you
the
got
bomb.
somebody's going to share all your links on Twitter, Jack. So go and put them in the call before we end.
Yeah, there's the
And the little
There's
magnet.
one that's for MKULTRA. Person called
The
MKULTRA.
little magnets in the ears help with V2K at all?
She doesn't get V2K, but I haven't tried it.
Chris, I do.
You do?
They started that since David changed the Cyber Shield interface.
Oh no.
But
you're here listening to them? Oh no.
Oh, but no, he figured there's a setting that eliminates the V2K. We've had it now for a week and a half, and it eliminates the V2K. So
are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding. But we're still experimenting, but they started it on me on July 21st at 8:30 p.m. when we got the new interface, and now I've got it turned off. They were doing it today. They play voices. They play kids screaming and all this nonsense, and the Cyber Shield eliminates that. And James Leonard, if you guys have any questions, ask James Leonard, because he told me on the phone that it stopped, a new interface on the Cyber Shield stops the V2K. So
that's good to know. James Leonard does a call on Tuesdays and Thursdays with the FFTI in case you want to contact him.
Yeah, and we're in the experimental stages. It's not ready.
And how much is it?
I just want to tell you guys that this is still all being tested. It's a beta machine, and we think we need to test it for at least 30 to 60 days before we tell people it eliminates V2K. I'm just saying my experience thus far has been that it has been eliminated when they turned it on.
That's news to me. That's good to hear, because that was my issue with the machine.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is. And he's doing more improvements. I tell you, I think it's going to eliminate our targeting. I always have believed that. What was that person, a question they were asking?
Where is it sold and how much is it?
Oh, it's on Derek Robinson's PAX website. Here, let me put that on here.
Yeah.
I'll put that on World.
I have it.
But I'll put it on there for.
How much do they run?
It's $3,600, but see, this is the other thing. Yeah. We want to lower the price when this, when we are sure that, you know, it works pretty good and it's working for everybody. He wants to lower the price from $3,600 to a lower price. I don't know what, David, but I think it'll be in the 2,000 range. You know. So we'll see, you know, but it's a beta test, and we're still, you know, it worked for me, it's worked for James Leonard, it worked for several other people who said they had the V2K, and I never had it until David gave me the new interface, and they were pissed because they couldn't attack me, so they started V2K on me, and then I dialed it, and there's a whole range of frequencies. And I have the notes here. Let me show you, because this was on our meeting. But the frequencies for V2K is 2,800 to 4,200 megahertz. And we took all the notes from David in our meeting on July 21st. And
so how long ago did they give you V2K? You said they couldn't get to you, so they give you V2K. So how recent did they give you V2K?
Friday night, July 21st at 8:30 p.m. That's when they turned it on.
This year? This year?
Yes.
Wow.
A week ago, and
wow.
I've turned it's off. I turned it off, and if I lower it down below these numbers, it comes back.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I knew they were going to do something to me, but I didn't know that they would.
Thank you for that information. Very good. Now it's time for me to pimp my wares. I have a new book out called the Targeted Fictional Trilogy. It's available now on Amazon. It's not in hard copy form because I'm having problems getting the cover finished right, and so it'll be out soon, and then the audiobook will be out, and it's a fictional version of my grandmother up in the Santa Cruz Hills. It's based on Silicon Valley. It's based in the Bay Area. It involves the FBI who tries to take my grandmother down, but no matter what they do, she always seems to win, and it ends up becoming dystopian towards the end, where basically, the government takes the world over and everybody's monitored, and they literally kick people out of their houses on the corner lots. So the police have every corner lot, and they watch everybody, and this is through 2025. So it starts in 1922, believe it or not, and the book ends in 2025. So that's over 100 years of story. It's about 147 pages. It's fun. It's got a little debauchery and alcohol and drug reference, but it's fun. And I really appreciate your support. If you could help me with that, if you're watching this video, I'll have the link to purchase the new fictional book for you to buy on my video. I thank again Jax, and we've got Katie, we've got Laura, we've got everybody here, and many people asked questions. We had a lady that reached out that had gang stalking. We pray for her and hope only the best for her. So anyway, does anybody want to finish up? Got 3-4 more minutes.
Well, I wanted to say I really love this program for your camera. The fact that you have a camera, and I felt like the magnets require people to do a show and tell, because nobody really understands how to place these magnets.
You have to do it by a camera. That was an absolute great. This is one of the best shows ever.
And I appreciate the fact that you do use your camera, and I feel like we should use our cameras more, because we're all very visually attacked, and some people could show their scars and burns and our devices, and sometimes you get on and describe things, Chris, and you don't have any idea what they're saying. But when they hold it up,
very true.
Yeah. So anyway, kudos to you for having your camera on.
Yeah,
That's right.
Katie, did you have a quickie?
That's right. I do. I spoke to a friend in Texas tonight, and they were asking me that he asked me if anybody knew about Karen Mountain Stewart. He said that someone told him she's missing. Is this true?
That's not true. I don't think she's missing. No, that was someone in Florida that mentioned it, but I don't believe she's missing. I haven't heard anything, and I just saw her on Twitter about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, she's fine. I have a friend here that knows her. She's fine. They were texting just yesterday.
Okay. Well, oh, good, because I went ahead and left her a message. I didn't think that was accurate information, so I made my friend feel comfortable.
I am the all-seeing eye of the TI community, so I know it all. I'm like the hallway monitor.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty queued up on a lot of us too, because I talk to everybody nonstop, and I check on people.
It's like we're in a concentration camp, and we all have to keep track of each other from being missing, or this is like life and death. You have to keep tabs.
So I called her. Her voicemail was full, so I texted her and said, "Please contact me and let me know you're okay. I heard that no one's been able to get a hold of you." I didn't use the word missing because I didn't want to alarm her, but that gives me peace of mind. So I'll pass that on to Texas.
So she's okay. Karen's okay.
I believe she's okay. Yes. And we just
I feel like it. My intuition tells me she's okay, but
better to be safe than sorry. Anyway, thank you for watching the video on your preferred platform. We'll be back next week for show 71. I believe we have Anna Toledo on to talk about the Fifth Circuit Court and her appeal, and we'll be talking about her career and how she escaped Puerto Rico and all that fun stuff. So stay tuned. The recording is now ending. Come back next week for more.